Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Toy Geek Maniac. I am so excited to get through the line. I may do it all at once, or split it up, I don't know. Tragedy. In this line of figures, there are characters that I'm certainly well versed in, and however things have changed. So, I've got these figures, and some of them were gifted to me. Thank you, my subscribers. And I also bought a trade paperback. Well, this is hardcover, which I paid ridiculously crazy amount for on the lower end. Like, I was expecting to pay like 50 to 70 bucks, and I got it for 15. So I'm gonna read this, and hopefully it will make more sense to what is going on with my X-Men. And I cherish them always. I have since the early 90s. So let's get cracking. As I mentioned, I have Cyclops. I also have Marvel Girl. And there's also Magneto. So I now have the rest of the line for the Build-A-Figure, which is the Tri-Sentinel. I had no idea about the Tri-Sentinel until I read that comic, but there's one other series that I actually had where I felt that I had to complete the Build-A-Figure series, and that was Sugar Man from the Age of Apocalypse storyline, and I was lucky enough to do that, so I'm going forward with this. So I'm going to start right now. So I'm going to kick it off with the Omega Sentinel, and back in the day when I was still reading the X-Men comics on the regular, this was a actual Sentinel for the time. The head up here is a little bit more familiar to me than the one that is currently given to us. But when I read the comic, I'll know why. So let's go ahead and unbox. Okay, so we have the Omega Sentinel, which is a lot more humanoid than the Sentinels that we are used to from most cartoons and comics and things like that. She has a really good lateral lift in the arms. A good look up with a little bit of awkwardness in the neck there. An awesome look down. That creates a little bit of in the back. 360 turn, of course. Still no bicep turn in the arm. We're gonna go with the single jointed elbow. Hand flex. Up and down is gorgeous. 360 there. There's a 360 in the torso, which is fabulous. There isn't much of a bend back, and even though that there isn't much, there's this little gap right there that I don't like. We're gonna go forward, and yeah, not so much on that. There is no turn in the waist. Lateral lift is... However, there is side turn, double jointed knee, no boot turn. This would be a figure for a boot turn. At any rate, good flex forward on the foot. Oh, great flex forward on the back. And the natural pivot that is beautiful and wonderful, that I love. Yes. Okay. So now we're gonna go on to her accessories. She has an alternate head, and years ago, when this character was introduced, she had a more of a kabuki style mask, which I don't know why that was changed, but the range of mobility is obviously very much different. If this is an attempt to make Sentinel look a little humanoid, sure, let's go for it. So she has 2 interchangeable arms, which give her weapons instead of her actual arms, and that leads to a very interesting aesthetic, I think, for this character. Okay, now that brings us to Professor X, and I have so many questions about this gosh darn figure that I can't wait to discover when I read the comic, but we're going to go ahead and break them down right now. Alright, so this is our current-most version of Professor Charles Xavier. I am not entirely sure as of yet why he is able to walk, or if this is just an astral projection that he exhibits. We don't know. I don't know. Some of you may know. I don't. He's a very interesting looking figure, and I do have Charles in his hover chair, so if need be, then, you know, I can use him there. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look, first of all, at this helmet. This Cerebro helmet is phenomenal. It is gorgeous. And as of right now, we get a good look down, a decent look back, and we don't get too much of an awkwardness there. lateral lift on the arms is spectacular. A bicep turn. Single jointed knee or elbow. And a wrist that flexes extremely well. There's like no tautness here at all. Also there's a bit yeah. There's a bit of a butterfly joint to the arms. Nothing crazy. Nothing like Wolverine style, but an interesting choice to have for Xavier. It's got a bend in the torso. Ooh, a very good bend in the back. However, look at this. I hate that. Why are you doing that to me, Hasbro? Yeah, sad. 360 in the waist. Not much as far as the lateral lift in the leg. And as I'm going through and like looking at this figure, there are many spots of light that are coming through the gaps in the joints. Oh, especially in the waist here. The torso joint. Oh, yeah, this is kind of sad. I mean, you're not gonna see it unless like you're really getting your light on it, but anyway. Thigh turn. Double jointed knee. No boot turn, which is great because that would have been stupid. Got a nice pivot. Okay. There we have flex. Alright. Okay, so there's a secondary head where Charles is using his telepathic powers without the use of Cerebro. You get one hand that can go up to his head. Okay, so that was the new Professor X. Now on to the next figure. Okay, never in my million years of covering comics and action figures would I think I would see an action figure of Moira McTaggart. It clearly took a huge storyline about her to make this happen. So this is her basic look. Okay, so Moira gets a nice little like civilian look, and I'm not sure how far that plays into the comic, but it's really cool. You basically get to take apart the original figure and kind of pull back on her civilian style. And she has this book of genetics that she can hold on to. So in this format, she has a slight bend up on her head, a very nice low, clearly a 360, which is going to shift her scarf. A nice lateral lift in the elbow. Obviously no bicep because, you know, it's a Marvel Legends female character. Why would they need a bicep turn? And okay, there it goes. The single jointed elbow, flexible hand, which is also turnable. So at her torso, she has the 360. Not at the waist. Because of the skirt, she doesn't get full lateral lift. She does get a nice lift out of her right leg, which gives you a 3/6 or double jointed knee. She does have a thigh turn on both legs. Why both legs? I have no idea. Clearly no boot turn, thank you. Good lord, if I had found a boot turn on this figure, I would have thrown it. She's wearing heels. So she's got a nice flex forward, flex back, a good, well, there we go, a good pivot. So here we have Dr. McTaggart in her doctor form. Great look down, an alright look back, obviously a good 360. Good lateral lift on the elbows. We know there's no bicep turn. There's a single jointed knee. There is a good flex in the hand, which the hands are interchangeable with the other set of arms that come with her costume change. Now, this is so cool because, like, I don't own a Marvel Legends character with a costume change, so this is kind of cool. Still the same issues with the legs and the torso and the waist and whatnot. Yeah, so Moira McTaggart, I'm so excited about this, and I'm hoping that this storyline doesn't ruin her for me, because she's always been a valued character to me. So Regardless, even if they do, I still have her.